A 5-2 start this year, 2-1 away from home. Here's the starting five for head coach Sean Poppy, and making her first start of the season at guard, a 5'9 junior from Oviedo, Florida, Hannah Cohn, a transfer from Chattanooga. Cohn averaging 4 points and a half rebound per ball game. Also at forward, a 6-foot junior from Lithuania, a transfer from Georgia Tech, Rusne Augustineta, averaging 12 points, 2 rebounds per game. At guard, a 5'6 senior from Alpharetta, Georgia, a transfer from UAB, Mia Moore. Moore leading the way for Clemson this year, averaging 13 points, 7 rebounds per game. That is best on the team. Also a team high 41 assists and 12 steals so far this season. Then at forward, a 6'3 grad student from Douglasville, Georgia, a transfer from Wake Forest, Demira Hines. Hines averaging 8 points, 6 rebounds per game. And the starting five rounded out at forward by a 5'10 senior from Atlanta, Georgia, a transfer from Chattanooga, Raven Thompson. Thompson averaging 4 points and 3 rebounds per game. Clemson is led by second-year head coach Sean Poppy. You heard me mention a lot of names from Chattanooga transferring to Clemson. Well, he previously was the head coach for 2 years at the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, and he was the 2024 SoCon Coach of the Year. He is assisted by Chris Ayers, Sydney Means, Caitlin Grasillo, and John Goldberg, along with Jada Worthy. That's the starting five for the Clemson Tigers. Cohn, Augustineta, Moore, Hines, and Thompson. Before we look at the Alabama starting five, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. That's 10 seconds for a station ID. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Welcome back inside Coleman Coliseum. Roger Hoover with you courtside as we take a look at the starting five for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Christy Curry's team off to a perfect 8-0 start this season. Starting at guard is 6-foot senior from Clarksville, Tennessee, Tamia Scott. Scott averaging 7 points and 3 rebounds per game. Then at guard, a 5'9 junior from Lilburn, Georgia, Diana Collins. Collins averaging 7 points, 2 rebounds per contest. At forward, a 6'4 junior from Valdosta, Georgia, Essence Cody. Cody averaging 14 points, 6 rebounds per game, leads Alabama with 17 blocks. Then at guard, a 5'11 senior from Loretto, Tennessee, Carly Weathers. Weathers averaging 9 points, 6 rebounds per game. Also at guard, a 5'8 redshirt senior from Charlotte, North Carolina, the leading scorer on this team, Jessica Timmons. Timmons averaging 15 points and 4 rebounds per game. She also has a team-high 26 assists on the season. Alabama led by 13th-year head coach Christy Curry, assisted by Brooks Donald-Williams, Kelly Curry, and Tennille Adams, as well as Sydney Ann Cottrell and Chelsea Dungy Artberry. Director of Operations is Brian Johnson. Athletic trainer is Alicia Grisby. Strength and conditioning coach Kevin Markle. Sports information by Anna Nobles. Now it's the Crimson Tide and the Clemson Tigers meeting here in Tuscaloosa as part of the ACC-SEC Challenge. Alabama wearing the home white jerseys with Alabama across the front in crimson. Crimson numerals on the front and back for the Tide. Meanwhile, for the Clemson Tigers, they're wearing their purplish uniforms, regalia, the official color for Clemson, along with orange, but regalia jerseys with white numerals on the front and back trimmed in orange. Clemson across the front, trimmed in orange. Our officials for tonight, Brenda Pantoja, along with Maggie Timon and Brandon Interline, all wearing gray shirts with black shoulders, black pants, and black shoes for tonight's game here at Coleman Coliseum. Crimson Chaos Night, and a lot of fans, students on their feet at the front of the student section, standing and cheering as we get ready for the tip-off in women's basketball between Alabama and Clemson. I'd like to say hello to everyone watching on the Courtside Cam presented by NASCAR. That's being produced by Ethan Carabin. We appreciate Ethan and his fine work. You can always watch us at UA_CTSN for the Courtside Cam presented by NASCAR. Again, this is Roger Hoover with you courtside. Our game being produced back at our Learfield studios by Jerry Keller. Essence Cody stepping in center circle for the Crimson Tide. Cody standing at 6'4". Meanwhile, for the Clemson Tigers, it'll be Demira Hines standing at 6'3", transfer from Wake Forest. Good atmosphere inside Coleman Coliseum. We say hello to the president of the University of Alabama, Dr. Peter Moeller, who is sitting courtside as well. Ready to watch the Crimson Tide meet the Clemson Tigers in a the ACC-SEC Challenge. Last night certainly was a lot of fun with the men's basketball team getting the victory, and now women's basketball hopes to do the same on this Thursday night. Christy Curry, the head coach of the Crimson Tide, stepping onto the floor. A few final claps for her team. We are almost ready to go. Alabama against Clemson. And what's the 8th ever meeting? Alabama has won 4 in a row against Clemson, including last year in Niceville, Florida, a dominant win, 73-39. But it's a new year. ACC-SEC Challenge. The ball is tipped, and away we go. Essence Cody helps win the opening tap for Alabama as the Crimson Tide will start the game with the ball on the left goal. Clemson will be on the right. We're just getting going in the first of 4 10-minute quarters in women's basketball. Weathers to Cody, SEC logo driving, right side layup, off the window is in. 2-0 just like that for the Crimson Tide. 20 seconds into the game, and Alabama's got the lead. Clemson with its first possession of the ball game. Mia Moore over the timeline to Raven Thompson, top of the key. Bounce pass to Hines. Hines back to the top of the key to Thompson. Thompson, quick handoff to Moore on the left wing. Moore attacks the paint, swings it back out on the left side, driving in. Floater is up by Thompson. That rattles in to tie the game at 2. Basketball going back to the Crimson Tide. 9:17 remaining in the opening quarter, all tied at 2. Diana Collins pounding the right-handed dribble at mid-floor. Tight pressure on her by Moore. She passes in between the rings. A few steps to Jessica Timmons. Just to the right side. Top of the key, Cody. Catch release 3. Off the back iron, no good. Moore fights for the rebound and retrieves it at the free throw line for Clemson. Basketball back to the Tigers. 1 minute into this game, tied at 2. Moore driving right side layup. Couldn't get it past Essence Cody. Rebound ricochets to Tamia Scott. Scott accelerates down the right side of the lane. Goes for a reverse layup that's knocked out of play by Hannah Cohn just over the baseline. Still Crimson Tide basketball, still with a lot of time on the shot clock, 24 seconds, 8:48 to go in this first quarter. It's Alabama and Clemson tied at 2. Baseline out of bounds play, right baseline, inbounds to Cody, right baseline, bounce pass to an open Timmons, right block, right side layup, good. Perfectly done, baseline out of bounds play that time, run by Alabama. Jessica Timmons with her first 2. 8.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Clemson back with the ball, 1 of 2 so far from the floor. Moore. Agustineta. Back to Cohn at the top of the key. Switching to Moore just left of center. 10 on the shot clock. Moore, investigative drive right side. Kicks it out on the right wing to Thompson. Thompson, left side lane. Shot clock at 5. She's guarded by Scott. On the baseline, throws it up and banks it in off the glass. 4-2. 4-4, I should say. 8:09 remaining in this first quarter. Basketball back with Alabama. Dribbling over timeline right. Diana Collins to Cody. Then to Carly Weathers on the left wing. Hand in her face by Cohn. Weathers a dribble to the right. Top of the key to Collins. Around a screen to the right of Essence Cody. Hurries to the right block, then backs up to the right wing. Collins trying to go to Cody. She's got her in the paint. Floater up, no good. Fouled in the paint, Essence Cody, and free throws coming up for the Crimson Tide Junior. Raven Thompson called for the foul, her first and the team's first. 7:49 to go in this first quarter. It's Alabama and Clemson tied at 4. Essence Cody to the free throw line for Alabama. Essence on the season has made more free throws than anyone else, 73% free throw shooter. First free throw, short. One more coming up for Essence Cody. 4-4 the score. Cody getting set for one more. Flips it up and connects. 5-4 Alabama. Now the basketball with the Tigers. Some backcourt pressure that'll quickly subside for the Crimson Tide. Agustineta over the timeline. Needs some help thanks to the tight pressure by Scott. Works it back to mid-floor to Mia Moore. Moore just left of center. Now to Cohn, trying to get away from Carly Weathers' left wing. Great defense, hands in her face, Carly Weathers. To Moore, top of the key, 9 on the shot clock. Moore driving left side, goes to the right side. Hines backs it up to Agustineta, and a travel called on Clemson. Also coming very close to being out of play was Clemson with the basketball on the baseline. So the turnover will give the ball back to the Crimson Tide. 5-4 Alabama leads as we have 7:20 remaining in this first quarter. Over the middle of the timeline, Diana Collins. Collins, few dribbles to the left, staying on the perimeter. Now at the top of the key on the left wing, Timmons. Timmons steps inside the arc. Left baseline, top of the key, Collins. Head fake by her. Kicks it out on the right side, Scott. Right elbow. Right side of the lane, long floater up, no good off the back iron, and the rebound by Clemson. Moore right under the basket. Clemson ball trailing by a point. Moore, free throw line, right side of the lane, surfs up a layup, no good, and the rebound, Carly Weathers. Basketball to the Crimson Tide. Alabama ball up by 1. It's Collins on the right wing. Collins with some space, now penetrates inside, under the basket. Collins, left side lane, swings at top of the key to Weathers. Weathers whips it on the left wing to Timmons. Timmons dribbling at the right hand to the top of the key. Shot clock winding down to 10. Here's Timmons, floating it to Cody. Cody back to the basket on the right elbow to Collins left side. Collins nearly mishandled the pass. Scott left wing 3. Off the iron, no good, and the rebound on the baseline by Cone and Clemson. Tiger ball trailing by a point. Cone goes to Hines, who wasn't even looking for the basketball. I thought Cone was setting up for a three-pointer at the top of the key. Instead, a turnover on the Tigers. Basketball back to Alabama. Essence Cody goes out. Checking in for the Crimson Tide, Naomi Jones. Jones, healthy this season. The redshirt sophomore from Jackson stands at 6'4", averaging 4 points, 4 rebounds per game. Inbounds pass comes into Collins. Collins over the middle of the timeline. Alabama, a 5-4 lead. Haven't seen a field goal in the last over 2 minutes for the Crimson Tide. 6:10 to go in this first quarter. Timmons top of the key, her 3, clings off the iron, no good, and the rebound retrieved by Clemson. Rachel Rose into the ball game for the Tigers. Takes the ball over the timeline to Thompson. Thompson top of the key, just left of center to Cone. Cone. Augustineta on the right wing. Augustineta finding Hines, but that pass is tipped away by Jones and tipped again by Cone. Back to mid-floor. Shot clock at 10 to Augustineta. At the top of the key, guarded by Timmons around the screen. Augustineta, step back jumper inside the arc off the iron, no good, and the rebound to Mia Scott. Basketball to Alabama. 5-4 Crimson Tide in front. 5.5 minutes to go first quarter. Timmons nearly had the ball ripped out of her hands by Thompson. Maintains possession to Jones, back to Timmons, top of the key. Timmons to Scott on the right wing. Scott spinning around, dribbling inside the arc to Collins left wing. Collins top of the key, downhill right side of the lane. Collins forces it up, banks it in off the square. 7-4 Crimson Tide, field goal drought, scoring drought over for Alabama. 5:07 remaining in this first quarter. Clemson ball trailing Alabama 7-4. Rose over the middle of the timeline, pounding the left-handed dribble to the left front court. Guarded closely by Collins. Top of the key, Augustineta. Augustineta guarded by Carly Weathers, and Augustineta is a good shooter. Augustineta top of the key, her pass deflected, but it still finds Hines. Right side layup no good, rebound left blocked, Naomi Jones. Basketball with Alabama. Collins on the right wing, spinning around the screen by Jones. On the right wing again to Carly Weathers. Weathers backing up a few steps. Next dead ball will be immediate timeout. Weathers, right elbow, top of the key, Scott. Scott on the pick and roll, moving down the right side of the lane. Bounce pass top of the key to Collins. Shot clock down to 7. Collins at 5. Fighting her way in, throwing it up, throwing it in, and 1. Diana Collins. Alabama 9, Clemson 4, and Diana will go to the free throw line for a chance at one more when we return. Timeout on the floor, 4:23 remaining in the first quarter from Tuscaloosa. It's Alabama 9, Clemson 4 in the ACC-SEC Challenge. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. 4. We still have 4:23 remaining here in the first quarter from Tuscaloosa. Make sure you join us each Tuesday and Thursday, 2 p.m. Central for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR, all across Crimson Tide Sports Network social media platforms at UA_CTSN. Had a great edition of the show earlier today, really getting you ready for football on Saturday in the SEC Championship game between Alabama and Georgia. Full preview that included a conversation with defensive back Deshaun Jones. Holly Rowe of ABC and ESPN joined us to give her thoughts on the matchup, plus Georgia color analyst Josh Brock. So really good conversations with all of them, getting prepared for what's coming up on Saturday, Alabama against Georgia. But make sure you catch Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. It was our 300th show earlier today. Well, the Crimson Tide women's basketball team had a bit of a scoring lull for a few moments. Clemson's kind of in the midst of one right now as well. The Tigers haven't scored in the last 3 minutes and 49 seconds, thanks to some really good defense by Alabama. Currently, the Crimson Tide shooting 4 of 9 from the floor, 44% over 3 from three-point land, 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Meanwhile, Clemson 2 of 6 from the floor so far, and the Tigers haven't even attempted a three-pointer, and that's saying something because they have some good three-point shooters on the floor. Players like Agustineta, Hannah Cone are both excellent three-point shooters, but no attempts so far by Clemson in this game. Diana Collins was fouled by Rachel Rose right before he went to timeout, so it will be Diana Collins to the line for an and one opportunity. Collins puts it up and in. 10 for Crimson Tide. 4:23 remaining in the first quarter. Basketball back to the Tigers. Clemson with Moore in the backcourt to Rose, feeling pressure from Weathers over the timeline to Moore, left front court. Thompson left wing, left front court again to Moore. Moore handing off to Cone, back to Moore on the right wing. Now Moore against Ace Austin. The ball nearly jarred loose by Ace. Moore, right corner, feeling the pressure by Ace Austin. Bounce pass finds Perriman. Perriman kicks it out to Cone. 4 seconds left in the shot clock. Heaves up a three, no good. Rebound on the Crimson paint by Naomi Jones. Basketball to Alabama, up 6. Here's Timmons. Left elbow, free throw line, downhill on the right side of the lane. Timmons spinning, looking for help. Guarded closely by Thompson. Bounce pass on the right wing to Collins. Collins dribbling to the top of the key. Free throw line. Left side lane. Jumper up. No good. And the rebound snatched out of the air by Perriman. Basketball to the Tigers. Quickly down the floor to Rose. Driving on the right side. Layup up. No good. Foul called in the midst of going for that rebound against Alabama. On Diana Collins. First foul on her. First team foul on the Crimson Tide. 3.5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. It's Alabama 10 and Clemson 4. That'll send Rachel Rose to the free throw line. She was a 2-time SoCon Player of the Year at Wofford. Averaged 22 points per game 2 years ago, then was limited with a shoulder injury last year. Only got to play in 6 games for the Terriers. First free throw here, kicks in. For Rachel Rose, 4 of 7 at the line this year. So she stays in the upstate of South Carolina, but goes from Spartanburg to Clemson. Puts this one up and in. 10-6 with that last basket. Now the Crimson Tide work with the basketball. Timmons, Essence Cody lost her footing. Here comes a three-pointer. Banked in by Carly Weathers from the right side. 13-6. Everyone was kind of watching Essence Cody get up after slipping on the floor. Hopefully Essence is all right, but everybody feeling all right thanks to Carly Weathers with that three-pointer. Now a bounce pass to the top of the key to Hines. Just inside the arc. Bounce pass on the right block to Kuhn, keeps the ball in play. Kona should say it's Rose, top of the key. Her high arching three is in and out, no good. And the rebound, Ace Austin left block. Here comes Alabama. 13-6, Crimson Tide with the lead. It's Austin spinning around, flipping it to Cody, top of the key. Just right of center. Cody, handoff on the right wing to Timmons. Timmons backs up, right corner three. Off the back iron, no good. And the rebound, Moore under the basket. Clemson running and gunning. Moore to Cone. Cone to Hines, right block, knocks down her defender, leaves the layup short. In essence, Cody grabs the rebound. Basketball back to the Crimson Tide. Here's Collins over the timeline left. Collins attacks against Moore on the left side of the lane. Free throw line, top of the key, Timmons. Timmons hurries down the left side of the lane, throws up a shot, no good. Couldn't get it past Hadley Perriman. Perriman takes the ball away for Clemson. Tiger basketball, Moore top of the key. Moore, after scurrying down the right side of the lane, backs up in between the rings, passes to Rose. Rose, a dribble to the right against Diana Collins. 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Clemson ball trailing 13-6. Tigers have missed 6 shots in a row. Shot clock at 9. Hines to Rose, top of the key. Rose accelerates down the left side of the lane, backs up to Perriman, top of the key. 1 second left. Perriman heaves it up, no good, and the rebound, Carly Weathers, who had good defense on Perriman before that shot. Now it's Alabama ball, up 13-6, minute 40 remaining. Weathers tees up a 3. In and out, no good, and the rebound in the paint, Moore. Basketball with Clemson trailing 13-6. Moore to Cone, top of the key. Cone, left side of the lane, spins, kicks it back out to Rose in between the rings. Rachel Rose barking instructions to her teammates. On the left wing, Perriman. Top of the key, Hines. Shot clock to 10. Hines. Step to the right. Shot clock at 5. Bounce pass Rose. Cutting to the basket. Right side layup good and 1. Not a lot of contact from Diana Collins, but she was in the wrong place, wrong time. That is her second foul. And also Alabama's second team foul. Both fouls so far on Diana Collins. So with that, Crimson Tide will send Collins. No, Collins stays on the floor. It'll be Timmons and Cody headed to the bench. Samia Scott coming back in, along with Naomi Jones for the Crimson Tide. Also, Alabama will sub in Wyatta Jennings. Jennings will take the spot of Diana Collins. So to the free throw line, Rachel Rose, and one opportunity, scoring that last basket to make it 13-8. Rose puts it up and in. 13-9. Basketball back with Alabama with 1:09 remaining here in the first quarter. Ace Austin driving on the right baseline to the rim, throws it up off the window, no good. Jones the rebound, her putback left side, no good. Fighting for the board was Rachel Rose and Austin, and Rose takes it away from the freshman. Basketball with the Clemson Tigers down 4. Moore spinning around, left side lane jumper, swirls out, no good. Rebound Naomi Jones, basketball to Alabama. Austin over the timeline right. 4-point Crimson Tide lead, 40 seconds remaining first quarter. Jones. Handoff to Tamia Scott. Scott, SEC logo. To Jennings, top of the key to Scott. Scott surfs her way in the paint, banks in her shot. 15-9, Alabama. Tamia Scott scoring for the Tide. Shot clock turned off for the final 22 seconds of the first quarter. It's Clemson basketball, trailing Alabama by 6 points. Sean Poppy, the head coach, yelling instruction at the Tigers from the opposite bench. 10 seconds left. Rose in between the rings to Johnson Matthews. Johnson Matthews, 5 seconds left. Free throw line, left side lane, driving. Her shot blocked away with authority by Naomi Jones. 2.2 seconds left. There is no doubt who is the strongest player on the floor with her left hand. Naomi Jones said no. Basketball will be with Alabama as it was touched last by Clemson. Naomi Jones got everybody's attention there. 2.2 seconds to work with. Carly Weathers, long pass over the timeline. Scott retrieves it. Top of the key, 3 is short, and that closes out the first 10 minutes of play. Alabama with a pretty solid first quarter against the Clemson Tigers, outscoring the Tigers 15-9 in the first 10 minutes of this game. We'll step aside and come back with the second quarter next. Once again, our score, Alabama 15, Clemson 9. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Welcome back to Tuscaloosa. The Crimson Tide with a 15-9 lead against the Clemson Tigers as we get ready to start the second quarter of action. I want to remind you that, yes, we're going to be busy with football over the weekend, but also on Sunday very busy as well with Crimson Tide men's and women's basketball. We'll have our second doubleheader of the season coming up. It'll be a men's game first, starting at 1 o'clock against UTSA, led by former Crimson Tide assistant coach Austin Clonch. Our radio coverage will start at noon Central across the network for that game. Then after the men's game is over, stay with us at 3:45. We'll hit the airwaves for women's basketball, Alabama against ULM. So next time you'll see the men's and women's basketball teams in this building on the same day, Sunday, December 7th, coming up this weekend, after we have all our fun in Atlanta for the SEC championship game in football. We'll talk more about that coming up. And how about this Crimson Tide women's basketball team leading for 8 minutes, 44 seconds of the first 10 minutes of play. 15-9, Crimson Tide in front by 6 points as we get ready to start the second quarter. Top scorer for Alabama, 5 points Diana Collins, 3 points each by Carly Weathers and Essence Cody, 2 points each by Tamia Scott, as well as Jessica Timmons. Meanwhile, for Clemson, only 2 players have scored. 5 points by Rachel Rose, and then 4 points by Raven Thompson. Clemson only 3 of 13 shooting, 0 for 3 from three-point land. Perfect 3 of 3 of the line. Alabama, meanwhile, 6 of 18 shooting, slightly better at 33%. And Alabama just 1 of 7 from 3, the only three-point make by Carly Weathers. Basketball of the Tigers as we're back underway here in the second quarter from Coleman Coliseum. Moore down the right side lane against Scott. Back to the top of the key, Thompson against Carly Weathers. She hurries down the left side lane. The ball poked out of play. First contact Jennings, last contact by Clemson. So a turnover forced by the Crimson Tide. That is now 4 turnovers for Clemson. 3 turnovers for Clemson. No turnovers at this point by Alabama. Top of the key, Weathers, a handoff to Austin, around the screen by Cody. Austin right to an open Cody, right side layup good. That was team basketball at its finest. The assist by Austin and the basket by Essence Cody. 17-9, Crimson Tide leading 40 seconds into the second quarter. Now top of the key, Moore, back to Johnson Matthews. She launches a 3, swirls out, no good. It was on its way down and came back up. Basketball back with the Crimson Tide after the defensive rebound, Carly Weathers. Weathers to the top of the key, Cody. Essence pops a 3. No good on the back iron, and the rebound by Clemson's Moore lost her footing. The basketball trickles to Johnson Matthews to take it over the timeline left. Now to Moore at the top of the key. Moore driving on the left baseline, spins around, back on the left wing, Johnson Matthews to the left elbow, right side lane, flips the basketball to Rose. Rose top of the key to Thompson. Thompson to Rose on the left wing, 10 on the shot clock. Rose around the screen by Hines, starts to attack the basket left side. Bounce past Johnson Matthews, 5 in the shot clock. Right baseline jumper is good by Taylor Johnson Matthews. 17-11, first points in the second quarter by Clemson. 8:25 to go before halftime. Crimson Tide ball up by 6. Jennings at the free throw line. Left elbow, bounce pass to Weathers left wing. Head fake by Carly, free throw line, spinning in the paint. Top of the key to Scott. Scott launches a 3. Off the back iron, no good. Austin, first contact to the rebound. Now it's loose on the floor, still being chased after, and Rachel Rose, and then Ace Austin punches the ball away. The ball stays in play just along the left baseline, and Thompson retrieves the ball for Clemson. Ace Austin with a lot of effort, hustle points there, just trying to do anything to come up with that basketball. Now on the top of the key, Clemson goes to Tamira Hines, nearly lost the ball to mid-floor, just picks it up before the timeline. 10 on the shot clock after all that. It's Rose. Top of the key, just right of center, 5 in the shot clock. Rose top of the key still, and a whistle blown, foul called away from the ball. That'll go on the Crimson Tide's Ace Austin. Freshman from Spring Garden picks up her first, team's first here in the second quarter. Augustineta checks back in, a good 3-point threat for the Clemson Tigers, taking the spot of Rachel Rose. 7:36 remaining in the second quarter. Alabama 17, Clemson 11. Moore, bounce pass on the inbounds pass to Thompson, right side of the circle. Now a handoff to Augustineta. Step back 3, right of center is good. The first 3-pointer by Clemson after missing on its first 4. With that, Alabama 17, Clemson 14. The lead cut in half to 3 points. 7:20 remaining in this second quarter. Ace Austin dribbling at mid-floor. Bounce pass to Carly Weathers, top of the key. Weathers a step to the left. Shifts back to the right to Cody. Right side lane. Cody spinning. Tries to pass under the basket to Timmons, but the ball ricochets out of play and it goes out of play over the right sideline off of Jessica Timmons, trying to come up with that tough pass. 7:07 to go in the second quarter. Alabama 17, Clemson 14, Tigers with the ball. Moore in the backcourt, picked up on defense by Ace Austin. Moore, right wing handoff to Johnson Matthews. Agustineta top of the key. Hit a three last possession. Agustineta gets a screen, left of center. Agustineta passes top of the key to Moore, and an offensive foul called, illegal screen on Clemson as Essence Cody bore the brunt of that contact and the foul against Clemson. So with that is the first team foul against Clemson. Hines called for the foul. That'll be her first in this game. Basketball with the Tide, up by 3 points, 17-14. Austin top of the key. Austin to Cody, left side lane. Hines tips the ball to chasing Moore. Moore with the basketball for Clemson on a fast break. Agustineta top of the key three. Off the iron, no good. One-handed, right-handed rebound by Essence Cody, and the basketball with Alabama. Timmons on the left wing. Alabama ball up by three. Timmons spins, left baseline. Jumper is good. Jessica Timmons. 19-14, Alabama leads Clemson with 6:17 to go in the second quarter. Tiger ball with Moore. Over the timeline, middle of the timeline. Picked up on defense, Ace Austin. Agustineta, left front court. Top of the key, Hines. Hines spinning around, pivoting, looking to the right side, passing there, Johnson Matthews. 10 on the shot clock. Johnson Matthews, top of the key, spins. Looks for help, ball trickles to Agustineta. 5 in the shot clock. Johnson Matthews, right wing. Loads up a three. In and out, no good. Rebound on the left baseline, Hines, and Alabama, a jump ball. Jump ball will favor the University of Alabama, so the Crimson Tide get the ball back. Good effort, Austin and Cody right there, trying to tie up the ball on the rebound. Lancia Ramsey checking in for the Crimson Tide, replacing Carly Weathers. Joined on the floor by Austin, Timmons, Cody, and Scott. 5:44 remaining in this second quarter. 19-14, Alabama with the ball and the lead. Ramsey top of the key. Ramsey dribble to the left. Handoff left of center to Scott. Scott dribble to the left wing. Bounce pass top of the key to Timmons. Timmons around the screen just to the right of Ramsey. Right elbow extended. Her jumper no good. Rebound corralled by Clemson. Hines on the baseline. Gives the basketball to Moore. Fast break chance out to Thompson. Left wing high arching three is good. 19-17 thanks to that three-pointer, making it a 2-point game. Crimson Tide with the lead. 5:10 to go before halftime. Austin slowly dribbles with her left hand over the timeline over Script A and Crimson at mid-floor above the state outline. Bounce pass top of the key to Ramsey, then to Cody. Cody just inside the arc right side. On the right wing, Austin. Shot clock down to 10. Top of the key to Cody. Cody looks low, passes to Scott. Scott, free throw line. 5 in the shot clock, spins in the paint, throws it up, no good. Rebound, Agustineta. A lot of physical contact. Clemson gets the ball back down 2. Cone, top of the key, her three. Good. Tigers in front for the first time tonight, 20-19. Hannah Cone bearing the three-pointer that puts Clemson in front by a point. 4.5 minutes remaining in this second quarter. Next dead ball will be immediate timeout. And a foul called promptly after that. Going against Agustineta of Clemson, a hand check foul on the perimeter. Takes us to a timeout on the floor. Clemson, after a slow start to the second quarter, outscoring Alabama 11-4, and in the midst of a 6-0 run, starting to get some three-pointers to fall here in Tuscaloosa. 4:26 to go before halftime. Our score, Clemson 20, Alabama 19. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. 4 minutes, 26 seconds remaining in this second quarter. It's Clemson 20 and Alabama 19. Coming up, we'll have the Toyota halftime report with first half stats and scores from around the country, including the SEC, as we saw some matchups yesterday in women's basketball in the SEC ACC Challenge. Right now, Alabama trying to do its part in women's basketball against the Clemson Tigers. But credit Clemson, strong second quarter so far, outscoring Alabama 11-4 in this game, and hitting back-to-back three-pointers. The Tigers have taken a 20-19 lead. Clemson started the game struggling from three-point land, missing its first four, but since then, three-pointers are going in, now 3 for 6 from three-point land in this ballgame, or in this quarter for the game, 3 of 9. But in this quarter, the Tigers 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. We've seen them go in for Augusta Neta, as well as Thompson and Hannah Cohn. Meanwhile, the Crimson Tide just 2 of 6 from the floor in the second quarter. Top scorer Diana Collins and Essence Cody both with 5 points. Clemson, meanwhile, led by the 7 points of Raven Thompson. Crimson Tide return to the floor with Austin along with Scott, Ramsey, Timmons, and Jones. Meanwhile, Clemson with Hines, Augusta Neta, Moore, Cohn, and Thompson. 20-19, Clemson leads. Baseline out of bounds play. Ace Austin from the right baseline to trigger it in and works it into Timmons on the right side. Timmons, top of the key, around the screen by Jones to the left of her. Top of the key to Austin. To Jones, SEC logo, spinning in the paint, kicks it back out, 10 on the shot clock, and a 3-second violation, really all on Naomi Jones of Alabama. Turnover on the Tide, 4:15 remaining in the second quarter, Clemson 20 and Alabama 19. And bounce pass on a bounce to Moore, picked up on defense by Austin, who backpedals over mid-floor. And now it's Moore on the right wing. Bounce pass to Thompson outside the right block against Ramsey. Dumps it off to Cohn. Now top of the key to Hines. Hines to Augusta Neta. 10 on the shot clock. She starts to drive in left side of the baseline. Works it back to Cohn, but that's tipped out of play. First deflection by Jessica Timmons. Ball went out of play off of Cohn along the Alabama sideline on the left sideline. So the basketball back with Alabama. Turnovers 5 on Clemson, 3 on Alabama so far. 3:50 remaining here in the second quarter. Top of the key. Ramsey on the left block to Jones, nearly mishandled the pass. Now Jones kicks it out to Scott. Scott, free throw line. Left side of the lane to Timmons, left wing 3. Yes! Jessica Timmons with a three-pointer. Alabama's back in front, 22-20. Good to see that for Timmons. Now a 2-point Alabama lead, 3.5 minutes remaining before half. Clemson working with the ball more. Bounce pass to the top of the key to Hines. Hines back top of the key to Moore. She loads up a long 3, and that's short on the front iron. Rebound SEC logo by Naomi Jones. To Timmons over the timeline. Alabama ball. Here's Scott. Right side 3. Got it! Back-to-back three-pointers for the Crimson Tide, and Clemson calls timeout. Alabama 25 and Clemson 20. Timmons, then Tamia Scott with the three-pointers to give Alabama a quick 6-0 burst. Sean Poppy talking things over with the Clemson Tigers. Christy Curry fired up in the huddle with the Alabama Crimson Tide. 3:07 to go in the second quarter. Alabama 25, Clemson 20. Teams have met several times in recent years, both women's NIT, some regular season matchups, and then last year meeting in Niceville, Florida at the Emerald Coast Classic, a game that Alabama absolutely dominated 73-39. Teams have changed quite a bit. Sean Poppy, that was his still first few weeks as Clemson's head coach, at least in season. Loaded up the roster with 9 newcomers this season, but Alabama also a very different roster a year ago with 3 future WNBA draft picks on the floor. Top of the key, Hines. Clemson with the basketballs are back underway, under 3 minutes to go before half. Clemson trailing 25-20. Cohn, free throw line, left side of the lane. Bounce pass in the left wing more to the top of the key, Thompson. 5 in the shot clock. Thompson, right side lane, Augusta Neta parachutes up a 3, off the iron, no good, and Scott flies in for the rebound. Basketball of the Crimson Tide. Now it's Alabama. Top of the key, Timmons. Timmons, free throw line, nearly lost the ball. Keeps it, throws it up, through contact, no whistle blown. A shot that was no good, then taken away. The rebound with Clemson for a moment. Cody gets a steal, goes up for a shot. She draws the foul, and free throws will come up for her. Foul on Raven Thompson, that'll be her second foul. Crimson Tide will go to the free throw line with Essence Cody. 6-0 run for the Crimson Tide. You back it up even more. Clemson hasn't scored in the last 2 minutes, 14 seconds. Here's Essence at the line. 1 of 2 so far today. 2 of 3, knocks down the first. 26-20, Alabama leads. 2:25 remaining before halftime. One more for Essence Cody. One dribble. And she makes it. 27-20, Crimson Tide at a 7-point lead, and now an 8-0 run against the Tigers. Some full court pressure after the make. Cone to Moore in the backcourt. Moore over the middle of the timeline, and the Tigers go to work. Here's Moore at the top of the key against Timmons. Bounce pass top of the key to Hines. Hines to Moore, just left of center, around the screen to the left. Pass to Hines, driving, right side layup too strong, and the rebound by Ramsey. Hines still hasn't gotten up as the pass went over the timeline to Scott. Scott to Ramsey. Hines just now sitting up on the other end for Clemson, and finally the officials will stop play as Hines slowly gets up to her feet. Still bending over, touching her pink Nikes at the baseline, and then rising up and standing up. Stop the clock with 21 seconds on the shot clock. 1:54 left to go in the second quarter. Alabama 27 and Clemson 20. So Hines slowly making her way back to the Crimson Tide end of the floor. Clemson will sub in Rose. Rachel Rose will replace Hines. 1:54 remaining in the second quarter. Alabama 27 and Clemson 20. Carly Weathers inbounds the basketball to Cody. Cody to Timmons. Around the screen by Cody to the free throw line. Timmons backing up top of the key. Now down the right side lane. Throws up a wild shot that goes out no good, just to the left. Rebound under the basket by Perriman. Basketball to the Tigers. 1:38 to go before half. Moore spinning in the paint. Throwing up a wild shot. No good. Rebound Cody left block. Basketball to Alabama. Great defense. No baskets for the Tigers the last 3 minutes. And then a turnover. Ball stolen away by Timmons, and the basketball right back to Clemson. Rose over the timeline left. Rose against Ramsey. Left of center, now at the top of the key. Rose to the free throw line. Left elbow extended, 10 on the shot clock. Top of the key, Rose on the right wing to Moore. Moore with 5 on the shot clock at the top of the key. Right-handed dribble. Top of the key still. Moore, 2 seconds left. Out to Cone. Left side 3 off the iron. No good. Rebound Scott on the right block. Basketball to Alabama. 52 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Alabama ball up 7. Scott backs up. Flips the basketball to Timmons at mid-floor. Timmons pounding the left-handed dribble. Passes on the left wing to Scott. Scott dribbles to the top of the key. 10 on the shot clock. Timmons in the right wing, and a whistle blown. Some contact away from the ball going, I believe, against Clemson. And a foul called against the Tigers. It's on Rachel Rose, her second foul. 4th team foul on the Tigers. Alabama guilty of just 1 foul so far in the second quarter. Ace Austin will trigger the inbounds pass in from the left baseline. 36 seconds to go before half. 20 on the shot clock. Bounce pass to Cody, left baseline. To an open Weathers. Right side layup. Good. Carly scores to make it 29-20. Shot clock turned off. Final 27 seconds of this second quarter. Alabama in the midst of a 10-0 run. Tigers haven't scored since they were in front 20-19. Had a 6-0 run. Stopped by a timeout. It's not been the same since then for the Tigers. 10 seconds to go. Perriman, and a hand check foul called on Cody, trying to guard her. Essence, who has gotten into foul trouble some this season, even going back to last year, picks up her first foul with only 9 seconds remaining before halftime. Sideline out of bounds play coming up for Clemson. Timmons in to replace Ramsey. Also, Naomi Jones springs from the Alabama bench, and she'll replace Essence Cody. 9.8 seconds to go. Cone will inbound the basketball just in front of the Crimson Tide bench. On the left sideline. Inbounds to Moore. Clock rolling. Moore top of the key, guarded by Austin. Step to the left. Still the top of the key. Left of center. Spins around. 2 seconds left. Rose top of the key against Weathers with the left hand. Forces it up. No good. And that'll close out to the first half of play. Alabama ends the second quarter on a 10-0 run. And the Crimson Tide will take a 9-point lead to the locker room. Again, our score, Alabama 29, Clemson 20. We'll be back with a Toyota halftime report next from Tuscaloosa. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Crimson Tide with the lead at the break, 29-20. It was getting a little tough for Alabama. The Crimson Tide were down 20-19 against the Tigers, but after that, all Alabama closing out the second quarter on a 10-0 run. Taking a look at the first half stats for Alabama as a team, shot the basketball 37% in the first half, 11 of 29, 3 for 11, 27% from three-point land, and 4 of 5 at the free throw line. Rebound battle won by Alabama, 21-16 in the first half. Crimson Tide with 7 assists, 4 turnovers, 3 steals, and 1 block. Meanwhile, for the Clemson Tigers, Clemson shot the ball 26% in the first half, 7 of 26, 3 of 13 from 3, and perfect 3 of 3 at the line. For the Tigers, as I mentioned, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 turnovers, 2 steals, and 2 blocks in the first half. Individually, the Crimson Tide, all of the starters have done all of the scoring, and everybody with at least 5 points. 7 points leading the way from Essence Cody and Jessica Timmons, 5 points each by Tamia Scott, Diana Collins, and Carly Weathers. Then for the Clemson Tigers, they are led with the 7 points of Raven Thompson, 5 points by Rachel Rose, 3 points each by Hannah Cohn and Rusne Augustineta, 2 points by Taylor Johnson Matthews. At the break, it's Alabama in front by 9, trying to improve to 9-0 on the year. Our score, Alabama 29, Clemson 20. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Alabama 29, Clemson 20 in women's basketball. Time for our first Alabama Power scoreboard update of the night. When you cheer, we cheer. Alabama Power, a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Everybody really busy right now, of course, with the ACC SEC Women's Basketball Challenge, just like we had for the men over the last few days. And one of the primetime matchups is in Austin, Texas. Second-ranked Texas up 39-31 against 11th-ranked North Carolina. Halftime right now at the KFC Yum Center in Louisville. It's South Carolina up 45-39 on 22nd-ranked Louisville. The Gamecocks ranked third in the country. Mississippi State all over Pittsburgh 42-14 at halftime. Also, it's SMU at home leading Arkansas 36-26. Coming up later, it's 5th-ranked LSU at Duke in Durham. 18th-ranked Notre Dame visits 13th-ranked Ole Miss at the Sandy and John Black Pavilion in Oxford, and then it's California at Mizzou. And then earlier today, it was Virginia Tech, a home winner against the Florida Gators, 68-64. Also, looking at yesterday briefly, it took overtime. Oklahoma picked up a win, 103-98 against NC State. Vanderbilt defeated Virginia 81-68. Kentucky went to Coral Gables, picked up a win, 64-48 against the University of Miami. Tennessee winning 65-62, rekindling an old rivalry at Stanford. It took overtime as well from Syracuse, New York, and the Orange got the win over the Orange and Blue. Syracuse 66, Auburn 60. Georgia won by 20 points at Florida State, 80-60, and then it was Texas A&M, a home winner against Georgia Tech, 72-63. That's a look at our longest scoreboard we've had so far this season, the Alabama Power scoreboard that currently reads at Coleman Coliseum, Alabama 29 and Clemson 20. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. The Crimson Tide with a 29-20 lead against the Clemson Tigers. What to expect in the second half is presented by Coca-Cola. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. Fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola today. Well, hopefully the Crimson Tide will enjoy another win against Clemson in basketball. Last night, the men's team winning 90-84 in the SEC-ACC Challenge. And hopefully tonight, the Crimson Tide can come out on top as well. But in order for Alabama to get this win, more shots have got to fall, especially from three-point land. Alabama limited to 3 three-pointers in the first half. Now, Clemson also limited to just 3 as well. But for Alabama, especially Jessica Timmons trying to get her going, Diana Collins, Carly Weathers, you expect a lot more, even maybe in essence Cody three-pointer as well. Points in the paint so far, Alabama leading that category 14-6. You would love to see more work, especially done by Essence Cody. Haven't really seen Clemson be too strong in the post so far tonight. Demira Hines was shaken up a little bit. She's really their best post presence, standing at 6'3". So if Alabama can maybe make a few more three-pointers and then again establish the paint belonging to the Crimson Tide, could go a long way towards the victory tonight. That would improve Alabama to 9-0 on the season. This is the last Power 4 team that Alabama will face in non-conference play coming up. Some home matchups against ULM, Jackson State, Sam Houston, Tulane, and Troy are on the horizon. So if Alabama could post a victory tonight, certainly would bolster its resume for what's ahead much later down the road towards the NCAA tournament. But right now, here in Tuscaloosa, it's Alabama with a 29-20 lead against Clemson as the Tigers are already back on the floor. The Crimson Tide will be returning soon from its locker rooms. That does it for the Toyota Halftime Report. Visit your local Toyota dealers or explore setoyota.com today. Take advantage of our amazing deals on our full line of vehicles. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. Third quarter of action coming up next. Our score, Alabama 29, Clemson 20 in women's basketball. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Crimson Tide back on the floor. Same for the Clemson Tigers. We're less than a minute away from resuming action in this game with Alabama up 29-20 against Clemson. Before we start the third quarter, we must pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. And welcome back courtside here at Coleman Coliseum on campus at the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Roger Hoover with you courtside at Coleman. Our game being produced by Jerry Kelly back at our Learfield studios. Ethan Carabin, our video producer, running the courtside cam, presented by NASCAR, streaming on all CTSN social media platforms at UA_CTSN. Glad you're with us on this Thursday night. We enjoyed last night the men's game. Alabama picking up a 90-84 win against Clemson in men's basketball. Now tonight trying to do the same in the ACC-SEC Challenge against Clemson. Low-scoring first half, Alabama up 29-20. The Crimson Tide almost didn't want halftime to come, with Alabama being in the midst of a 10-0 run right before the break. But as the Crimson Tide return to the floor in their home white uniforms, it's Alabama with Carly Weathers, Tamia Scott, Diana Collins, Jessica Timmons, Essence Cody on the floor. Meanwhile, for the Clemson Tigers in their road regalia uniforms, Raven Thompson along with Mia Moore, Hannah Cohn, Demira Hines as well as Rusna Agustineta. Basketball with Clemson. Teams have switched sides to begin the third quarter. Clemson on the left goal, Alabama on the right. Moore drives, kicks down to Agustineta, left corner. Her three is good, and a good start for Clemson to begin this third quarter on a three-pointer by Agustineta. 29-23, Alabama's lead trimmed to 6 as we are 30 seconds into the third quarter. Now the basketball with Collins, bounce pass to Cody on the left block. Cody has the ball tipped and stolen away by Hines in the paint. Timmons comes up to tie up the basketball. Possession arrow does favor Alabama. Crimson Tide avoid a turnover on its first possession of the third quarter. 9:22 remaining in the third quarter. Coach Curry is not like some of the third quarters that Alabama's had this season coming out of the locker room. Let's see what kind of response she can get in this game. Inbounds pass to the free throw line, Timmons to Cody in the paint. Bodies to the basket, throws it up, rattles in essence. Cody makes it Alabama 31, Clemson 23. Basketball back to the Tigers. 9:10 remaining in this third quarter. Moore over the middle of the timeline with a left-hand dribble, switches to the right, picked up on defense. Collins, top of the key. Moore scans the floor. Bounce pass right of center, Hines. Hines back to Moore, just left of center. 10 on the shot clock. Moore at the free throw line, spinning around left elbow. Bounce pass top of the key, and a 3-second call on Clemson. Turnover on the Tigers. Basketball back to Alabama. 8:48 remaining in this third quarter. It's Alabama 31 and Clemson 23. Diana Collins running the Crimson Tide offense, passing to Cody in between the rings, then Weathers to the left side. Carly Weathers, top of the key to Scott. Handoff back to Weathers, top of the key. Around the screen by Cody to the right. Weathers, bounce pass. Cody driving in, lost control of the ball thanks to Hines again. Once again, Timmons comes up with it, and then a reach-in foul called against Clemson Agustineta. It was trying to pick up a steal for herself. Essence Cody trying to hang on to the basketball. It's been an issue so far. First couple trips for Alabama offensively. Inbounds pass to Timmons, top of the key. Jessica Timmons, head fake. Drives down the right side lane to the rim, lays it up, lays it in. Jessica, 33-23, Alabama by 10 on a brilliant drive by Jessica Timmons. Now the basketball with the Tigers. Moore over the timeline. Moore feeling some pressure. She dribbles to the right wing, dribbles back top of the key. Moore spinning around free throw line. Bounce pass to Hines, and a foul called on Alabama, guarding a little too closely Essence Cody. Essence called for her second foul so far in this game. First team foul against Alabama in the third quarter. Agustineta will check out. Rachel Rose will check back in. 8:04 remaining in this third quarter. 33-23, Alabama leading Clemson by 10. Baseline out of bounds play from the right baseline for the Tigers. Ready for the pass. Slapping the basketball, Rose. And on a bounce in the right corner to Thompson. Thompson inside the arc. Against Carly Weathers. Right side of the lane. Spins around right block. Dumps it off to Hines. Wide open. And a left block, left side layup is good. 35-23. A double team on the right side left her completely open. Hines on the left side to score. Now Cody to Weathers, top of the key to Scott, handoff back to Carly Weathers. Weathers around the screen by Cody to the right. Right elbow extended. Carly bounce pass top of the key to Scott. Shot clock down to 10. To Mia Scott. Looks to the sideline for instruction to Cody. Back to the basket, spins around top of the key. 5 in the shot clock. Cody, SEC logo, can't get past Hines. Goes up with a shot, and a foul is going to be called on Hines. Or just really up with the basketball more than anything. Hines called for the foul. That is her second. And that will lead to Cody going free throw line. Really an unmakeable shot by Essence Cody, but just forced it up in the act of shooting, and she will go to the line. Essence in this game, 9 points, 3 of 4 at the free throw line. First one of 2, kicks home. 34-25 Alabama. 9-point Alabama lead. Cody leads the way with 10 points in this game. Second free throw, no good off back iron. Collins the offensive rebound in the paint. Basketball stays with the Crimson Tide. Collins at the top of the key, pounding the right-handed dribble. Passing to Timmons, then in the right corner to Scott. Scott in the paint, spins around, right side layup, banks in. 36-25 thanks to Tamia Scott. Alabama with an 11-point advantage, largest of this game. Good start to this third quarter, outscoring Clemson 7-5. Just under 7 minutes to go before the end of the third. Now it's Clemson with the basketball. Moore in between the rings, guarded by Collins. Quick handoff to Rose. Rose scurries down the left side lane, leaves a layup short. Good defense by Cody. Rebound taken by Alabama. Timmons had a hard fall, but returns to her feet for the Crimson Tide, trailing the Alabama offense down floor. Weathers, top of the key, Cody loads up a three. Give it to her! Essence Cody with a three-pointer to make it Alabama 39, Clemson 25. 6:25 to go in this third quarter. That is always so effective for Essence Cody, her 5th three-pointer this season. Top of the key, Tamia Scott. Scott, left side of the lane, spins around left block. Top of the key, Cone, then back in the post to Hines against Cody. Pushing her way in, puts up a shot, but can't get it past Essence. Basketball back with Alabama. Here's Collins driving, right side layup, underhand layup, spins in. 41-25 Alabama, an 8-0 run in just over a minute. Timeout Tigers. 5:59 to go in this third quarter. It's all Alabama right now. The Crimson Tide 41, the Clemson Tigers 25. We'll step aside. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. .5:59 remaining in this third quarter. Alabama in the midst of an 8-0 run. He can bump it up even more to 12-2 over the last 3:16, but a great stretch for Alabama. Again, on an 8-0 run against the Clemson Tigers, building up this lead to 41-25. Reminder, you can keep up with everything Alabama with the Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app, presented by Cadence Bank. Download the Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app now for free at the App Store and Google Play. Lots to keep up with right now on campus. Men's and women's basketball, as we mentioned, will return to action coming up at home on Sunday, but don't forget football coming your way on Saturday. Alabama trying to win its 31st SEC championship. Already 30 SEC titles, way more than anybody else in the history of this great conference, but it's Alabama against Georgia. 4 p.m. Eastern kickoff, 3 p.m. Central. That means our coverage will start at noon Central across the network. Varsity Network app. You can also watch the booth cam presented by Regions Bank, streaming live on all CTSN social media platforms at UA_CTSN. It's Alabama outscoring Clemson 12-5 in this third quarter. Alabama in the midst of an 8-0 run. Things we wanted to see. Essence Cody take over. She's done that in more ways than one. Yes, scoring in the post, but also knocking down a three-pointer. Certainly helping what Alabama can do in this game. Now it's Alabama returning the floor with Collins, Timmons, Scott, Weathers, and Naomi Jones. Clemson, meanwhile, with Cone, subbing in Holland Harris for the first time in this ball game, along with Rachel Rose, Mia Moore, and then Hadley Perriman, who works with the basketball in between the rings as we're back underway. Just under 6 minutes to go in this third quarter. Moore, top of the key to Harris. Harris, handoff to Rose, 10 on the shot clock. Cone, right wing, guarded by Weathers. Handoff there to Moore, 5 on the shot clock. Moore dances inside, right side lane, has her pass tipped and finds Cone. That shot blocked away, Naomi Jones. Basketball back to Alabama. Another block for Naomi. Basketball at the Tide. Scott, left side three. Give it to her! 44-25, University of Alabama. 5:18 to go in this third quarter. You wanted to see some three-pointers. You are seeing them for Alabama. 2 already in this second half in the first 5 minutes. 11-0 Crimson Tide run. Rose top of the key, driving, kicks it out in the left corner, and Hadley stepped out of play. Stepped on the sideline. Perriman with a turnover. Basketball back to Alabama. 5:02 to go in this third quarter. 43-25, Alabama up. It's actually 44-25, so the Crimson Tide did get that three-pointer. This is the largest lead of the game. 19 points for the Crimson Tide. Next dead ball will be immediate timeout as the Crimson Tide work with the basketball. Here's a pass behind the back of Jones, just mishandled. It's Weathers picking up the loose ball top of the key. Carly against Cone. Goes in the left corner, now driving left baseline. Timmons, right side layup good with a right hand from the left side. Jessica Timmons makes it 46-25, Alabama by 21. 4.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Perriman. Right wing, quick handoff to Moore. Moore down the left side lane, throws it up, no good. Rebound Jones on the right block for Alabama. Collins running and gunning left side, dumps it off Timmons. Head fake by her, now she puts up the three. That's no good off the back iron, and the rebound by Harris on the right block. Basketball to Clemson, trailing 45-25. Here is Gustaneta. Gustaneta driving, kicks it out to Cone. Cone puts it up, and that's no good off the iron. Rebound Jones, and the rebound this time Harris actually. It's Moore at the top of the key. Moore driving, right side layup, no good. Rebound out of play, off of Carly Weathers, and that will keep the ball with Clemson, and it will be still Clemson basketball when we return. I believe an earlier three-pointer has been corrected in the stats to just a long two, so it is 45-25. That's the score both on the scoreboard and on the official stats, so that's what we'll go with. We'll see if it changes when we come back. 3:51 remaining in this third quarter. It's Alabama by 20 over the Clemson Tigers, 45-25. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Tide 45, Clemson 25. Yes, to me, has Scott a long two, not a three-pointer as we originally thought. Also was in the stats originally as a three, but changed to a two before we went to break, and during the break confirmed a long two. So not a 21-point lead, but rather an Alabama 45-25 lead over Clemson with 3:51 remaining here in the third. It's Alabama again in front by 20 against Clemson. Crimson Tide in the midst of a 12-0 run at the moment against their ACC opponent, the Clemson Tigers. I want to remind you can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content online on the CTSN YouTube page, home of the live Courtside Cam episodes of Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR. Plus, hey coach, you can subscribe to the Crimson Tide Sports Network on YouTube for the very latest on the Alabama Crimson Tide. Out of timeout, it will be Clemson basketball. Only 13 seconds to work with on the shot clock. 3 minutes, 51 seconds to go in this third quarter. Alabama 45, Clemson 25. Getting set for the inbounds pass will be Amaya Jackson as head coach Sean Poppy starting to empty the bench a little bit. His team down by 20. Holland Harris got the inbounds pass, and then Carly Weathers forces it out of play off of Harris. Basketball going back to Alabama as Essence Cody will check back in, replacing Naomi Jones. Cody, the top scorer in this game with 13 for Alabama. Jessica Timmons on the floor as well with 11 points so far in this game. Here's Ace Austin, freshman from Spring Garden, back in the game. Austin hasn't scored so far today to Collins on the right wing. Diana Collins bounce pass to Carly Weathers, hand in her face by Cone. Weathers a step to the right, accelerates down the right side lane, spins, turnaround jumper, give it to her. Carly Weathers with 7 points in this game. 47-25, Alabama now a 22-point lead, and the run to 14-0. Just like football. Here's the pass, left side lane to Harris. Some contact by Timmons. She'll be called for what is Alabama's only second foul in this third quarter. First foul on Timmons. Inbounds pass coming up for Clemson with Amaya Jackson to Perriman on the right wing. Handoff to Agustineta. Agustineta around the screen, top of the arc, back to Perriman, right wing three, in and out, no good. And the rebound, Carly Weathers under the basket. Crimson Tide with the ball. Weathers over the timeline left. Now it's Weathers to Timmons, top of the key. Timmons a step to the left, cuts down the left side lane, forces up a shot that's no good, but draws contact from Holland Harris, and that's a foul on Clemson. First for Harris, third team foul on the Tigers. Shooting fouls to Jessica Timmons to the free throw line just tonight. 11 points, first trip to the line in this game. Timmons a 85% free throw shooter. Two dribbles, puts it up and in. Not much spin on the basketball as it rotated over end over end. 48-25. Second one on its way. Again, the ball barely has revolutions in the air. 49-25. 2:50 remaining in this third quarter. Jackson pressured. Cone just over the timeline. Picked up on defense by Austin. Jackson to Perriman on the right wing. Perriman to Jackson, top of the key. Jackson nearly lost the ball against Austin. Drives down the right side, no good on the shot, but she draws the foul, and Austin will be called for her second foul. Maya Jackson will go to the free throw line. Freshman from Rochester, New York, played her high school basketball at Montverde Academy. So here is Jackson to the line. 3 for 4 at the free throw stripe this season. First one's good. So that ends Alabama's 16-0 run. 49-26. Clemson held without a field goal the last 5 minutes, 22 seconds. Second one, good. 49-27, basketball back to Alabama. 2:27 remaining in this third quarter. Timmons, free throw line, pull up Jay. In and out, no good, and the rebound by Harris. Now it's Jackson over the timeline. Perriman on the left wing. Perriman to Agustineta. Back to Perriman, left corner three. Off the iron, no good, and the rebound by Perriman. She drives in, spins around right side lane, flips this one up, and it swirls in. 49-29, back to a 20-point Alabama lead against Clemson with just under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Austin with a left-handed dribble over the middle of the timeline. Angles to the left wing, bounce pass top of the key, Timmons. Timmons, step inside the arc. Slices down the right side lane, out to Collins on the right wing. Collins hurries down the left side lane to the block against Agustineta. Kicks it back out. Timmons, right side three. Switch! 52-29 Alabama. Jessica Timmons with 16 points. Minute 30 left to go in this third quarter. Again, Alabama dominating Clemson 23-9 in quarter number 3. Harris to the top of the key to an open Jackson. Picked up on defense by Austin. Jackson launching a three that's well short, and the rebound by Clemson's Perriman to Cone. Cone back to Perriman to Jackson on the right wing. Jackson driving in, underhand layup good from the right side. Blew by her Alabama defenders to make it 52-31. Basketball back with Alabama. Final minute of this third quarter. Austin dribbles over the timeline right to Cody and then to Weathers from right to left, top of the key to Collins. Handoff to Carly. Thought about a three, instead drives inside. Around a screen by Cody. Right elbow extended. Her jumper, nothing but net. 54-31. Alabama leads. 42 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Jackson over the timeline to Perriman, left wing. Perriman to Cone. Cone, left corner. Her three is good. And a Cone buries the three-pointer, 54-34 to make it a 20-point game. Shot clock turned off. Final 23 seconds coming up of the third quarter. Ace Austin over the timeline. Right-handed dribble picked up on defense by Jackson, still a few feet away. And now on the right wing, a handoff to Timmons. Timmons, a handoff to Collins. 7 seconds left. Collins, free throw line, backs up, top of the key. Passes to Cody. She's got it left block. Leaves the layup short. Got the rebound. Then fouled, putting it back up with 0.6 of a second remaining here in this third quarter. Essence Cody will go to the line. Chance to score and make this more than a 20-point lead with no time coming off clock. Tamia Scott, Lancia Ramsey back in as Essence Cody will go to the free throw line. Essence in this game. 13 points, 4 of 6 at the free throw line. Essence first is good. 55-34 Alabama. This one's good. Up, no good, and the rebound loose and corralled by Alabama finally as the third quarter buzzer sounds. Let's close out a third quarter where Alabama had a great response out of the locker room, outscoring Clemson 26-14. And as we roll to the third quarter in Tuscaloosa, it's Alabama with a 21-point lead, 55-34 against Clemson. Back with the start of the fourth quarter next. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Alabama and Clemson here in Tuscaloosa. It's Alabama 55 and Clemson 34. Make sure you download, subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast, official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Hey Coach, The Kalen DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today, daily reports, plus interviews from Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on all podcast platforms. Right now, Alabama 55, Clemson 34 as we get ready to start the fourth quarter of action here in Tuscaloosa. Alabama certainly enjoyed that third quarter, building up the lead to as much as 24 points when it was 49-25. They had, as we start the fourth quarter, it's Alabama with a 21-point lead. Alabama has won 4 straight in this series against Clemson. There was a home-and-home series while Amanda Butler was the head coach at Clemson, and Christy Curry obviously leading Alabama. That was kind of during the height of the football rivalry between these teams in the college football playoff at the end of the last decade. Nice to see it renewed coming up this season. Clemson 7-5 in football this year, falling a little short of expectations after the Tigers won the ACC last year and made it to the college football playoff, but no playoff for Alabama alum Dabo Swinney and the Tigers coming up this year. Very hopeful Alabama will be in the playoff, but we'll have to wait and see this weekend what happens in Atlanta and then when the bracket is released on Sunday. Basketball with Clemson as we're talking women's basketball. Just underway in the fourth quarter and a great steal. Alancia Ramsey right away from Agustineta. Bounce pass Scott. Scott, left side layup, no good. Rebound Harris, basketball to Clemson. Still a great steal by Ramsey to start this quarter for the Crimson Tide. Here's Cone, right side three. In and out, no good. Rebound by Cone, puts that up, no good. And the rebound tapped to the top of the key, won by Perriman. Back to Cone. Right side three is good. And she'll have an and one opportunity. Found by Essence Cody, I believe, on the perimeter. 55-37. Cone launching three-pointers kind of like desperation mode just as quickly as possible, trying to get Clemson back in this game. Essence Cody with that foul, her third in this game. Cone to the line for an and one, and she connects. 55-38 on that 4-point play. Houston Millette, we've seen him in the ball game, or in this building, watching from the Alabama men's basketball team. He also had a 4-point play last night for Alabama when he was fouled on three. Basketball with Ramsey, finding Timmons, open left side. Her three, nothing but net. 58-38, Alabama back in front by 20. 9:05 remaining in this fourth quarter. Here's Jackson over the timeline. Handoff to Cone. Cone to Agustineta at the top of the key, guarded closely by Ramsey. Perriman back to Agustineta, and a travel call. It's off the turnover. Crimson Tide ball. Carly Weathers replaces Alancia Ramsey on the floor. 8 minutes, 52 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Alabama 58, Clemson 38. Alabama with Weathers, Collins, Cody, Timmons, Scott on the floor. Jackson, Cone, Perriman, Harris, and Johnson Matthews on the floor for Clemson University. Top of the key. Scott, bounce pass to Timmons, bounce pass to Weathers. Free throw line driving in. Weathers has her shot blocked out of play by Harris. Just on the right block, just over the baseline, the basketball went. Now it'll be Alabama ball with 15 on the shot clock, 8:38 still to go in the fourth quarter. Crimson Tide leading by 20. Collins, and bounce the basketball left baseline, Cody. Cody spins around looking for some help. There was some contact away from the ball, and a foul being called against Johnson Matthews of Clemson. DePaul transfer, picks up her first. And the first team foul on Clemson here in the first 2 minutes of this fourth quarter. Inbounds pass, Diana Collins. Heaves it into Cody, she's got it. Right side layup, good. 60-38, Alabama by 22. Essence Cody scoring there for the Crimson Tide, up to 16 points with that last basket. Jackson to Perriman on the right wing. Perriman to Johnson Matthews, spinning around right side lane to the basket. Underhand layup from the left side is good against Diana Collins. 60-40 with that score. 8:10 remaining in the fourth quarter. Here's Collins over the middle of the timeline for Alabama. Collins angling a few steps to the right wing, now to Weathers, right side lane. To the left side, Weathers makes a nice move, puts up a shot, no good, as the ball is tapped out of play. 7:56 remaining in the fourth quarter. Clemson will go to its bench. Raven Thompson, one of the starters who has scored 7 points in this game for the Tigers, returns, replacing Holland Harris. Baseline out of bounds play for the Tide with Diana Collins, right baseline, in on a bounce, right side of the lane to Scott. Picked up her feet once she corralled the basketball, and the turnover gives it back to Clemson. Turnover is pretty rare for Alabama tonight, only 5 compared to the 11 we've seen called on Clemson. Inbounds pass comes into Amaya Jackson. Jackson over the timeline. Looks to the bench to Coach Poppy for instruction. Now rolls it over to Perriman on the right wing. Perriman. And the right corner, Cone. Cone swings it back out to Perriman. Head fake, then drives in right side lane. Top of the key to Cone. 7 on the shot clock. Johnson Matthews travels again with the basketball. Turnover, and the basketball back to Alabama. 7:31 remaining in this fourth quarter. Crimson Tide 60 and the Tigers 40. Inbounds pass from Weathers to Diana Collins. Patting her chest as she dribbles with her left hand. Did the pad with the right hand, getting Alabama's offense set. Here's Scott to Weathers, back to Scott, right wing three. Off the iron, no good. Rebound left side lane by Johnson Matthews, nearly poked away by Carly Weathers trying for a steal. Top of the key, Jackson, just left of center, now dribbling with the right hand to the top of the key. Perriman on the right wing. Top of the key to Jackson again. Jackson, right elbow to the right corner, Perriman. To Jackson, right wing, 10 on the shot clock. Inside the arc, long jumper up, good. 60-42 with that basket. Alabama up 18, 6:50 to go. Collins dribbles over the middle of the timeline, angles a few steps to the left wing. Collins top of the key on the right wing, Scott. Scott to Weathers' free throw line. Weathers gets downhill right side and then fouled from behind, falling to her feet. Her teammates help her back to her feet as the foul goes against Taylor Johnson Matthews. Second foul on her and the second team foul in this fourth quarter. Lancia Ramsey checks back in, replacing Essence Cody for the Crimson Tide. 6:36 to go here in the fourth. It's Alabama 60 and Clemson 42. And a foul called before the ball is thrown in. A foul on Hannah Cone. First foul on her. 3 team fouls on the Tigers in the first 3+ minutes of the fourth quarter. Alabama with the ball up by 18. Collins triggers the inbounds pass from the right baseline to the right wing to Jessica Timmons. Timmons spinning around, trying to free herself from pressure. Finding Collins in the right corner. Collins to the free throw line. Downhill on the left side. Underhand layup no good, but draws the foul. Diana Collins back to the free throw line. Maya Jackson called for the foul. Her first, now the team's fourth. Still 6:26 to go in the fourth quarter. Alabama with a 60-42 lead against Clemson. Ace Austin back in the game, replacing Jessica Timmons. Timmons, top scorer with 19 points for Alabama, joined in double figures by the 16 of Essence Cody. Carly Weathers, Tamia Scott knocking on the door of double figures with 9 points each. First free throw good by Diana Collins. Collins also getting close. That's now her 8th point on the first free throw she makes. Second one, off the back iron, no good, and the rebound by Perriman. Basketball to Clemson. 6:20 remaining, down 61-42. Driving in, Johnson Matthews, a layup is well short, an unmakeable shot. She fell to her feet. However, a foul called on Alabama thanks to being in the vicinity. Ramsey guilty of the foul. That'll be her first foul. And that will send Taylor Johnson Matthews to the free throw line. Started her career at Pearl River Community College, then Wright State. Last year averaged 14.5 points per game at DePaul. First free throw, in and out, no good. One more coming up for Taylor Johnson Matthews. She makes it. 61-43. Basketball back with the Crimson Tide with Collins over the timeline. Now it's Collins, a handoff to Tamia Scott. Scott flips the ball to Austin, top of the key. Ace, back to Scott. Scott, free throw line. Handoff to Austin. Austin pressured. Free throw line, Ramsey back to the basket. Cone tried to strip it away, but instead it's Scott with a takeover for Alabama. Scott, long two on the way. Right side, in and out, no good. Austin flies in for the rebound. Jump ball, possession arrow favors Alabama. Ace Austin really jumping over everyone to make sure she helps get the board, and then the ball tied up. 5:51 remaining in the fourth quarter. Alabama 61, Clemson 43. Ramsey goes out. Essence Cody comes back in for Alabama. Cody with a 16-point, 4-rebound performance so far tonight. Austin with the inbounds pass to Collins on the left front court. Diana Collins, top of the key, pressured by Jackson. Hand off at the top of the key to Scott, 10 on the shot clock. Scott wants some motion around to the left. Now she moves to the left. Bounce pass to Cody. Cody attacks the paint. Driving, gets Perriman. Right side layup. In and out. No good. Really stayed on the rim. And the rebound picked up by Clemson. Jackson swings it to Jordan Matthews. She puts it up. That's no good. And the rebound by Essence Cody. Basketball going back to the Crimson Tide. Johnson Matthews. Here is Austin driving. Right side layup. No good, but she's fouled by Cone. Clock stops with 5:16 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And Ace Austin will go to the free throw line, trying to score her first points of the day. Only has taken one shot prior to that attempt. Alabama hasn't scored a field goal in the last 3 minutes, 17 seconds, going 0 for 4 in that stretch. But an opportunity for more points in line with Austin. She's got it. 62-43, Alabama by 19 against Clemson. Second one, yes. 63-43, Alabama by 20. 5:16 to go here in the fourth quarter. Carly Weathers heads out, and Wyatta Jennings checks in. Jackson tiptoes over the timeline with her orange shoes. Finding Perriman on the right wing. Perriman hesitant, now back to Jackson in between the rings. Jackson, right elbow jumper is well short, goes out of play, and that will take us to our final timeout on the floor. 4 minutes, 56 seconds remaining, but it's been all Alabama in this one, leading 63-43 against Clemson in the ACC-SEC Challenge. Back with the rest of the fourth quarter next. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. A 20-point lead at home against Clemson, 63-43 in the ACC-SEC Challenge. After the ball game, make sure you stay with us for the Regions postgame show with head coach Christy Curry, the final stats and more. Let's get your University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today. It's Alabama enjoying this one, 63-43 against Clemson. As I mentioned, this is the last Power 4 team that the Crimson Tide will face throughout the regular season. Up next, ULM coming up on Sunday, December 7th, and then a week off for final exams. No game during the week next week. Back at home against Jackson State on December 14th. Then back-to-back days against Sam Houston and Tulane on the December 16th and 17th. That 17th game, I believe, along with the men's game coming up that night. And then on December 21st against Troy, and then that's it for the month of December. All games coming up at home here in Tuscaloosa. And then we won't see the Crimson Tide again until they are on the road at South Carolina to begin SEC play on New Year's Day. Only home 4 times during the month of January: Arkansas, Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi State. And Ole Miss at home, Oklahoma, South Carolina, and Texas will also be at home coming up in SEC play. Tickets available, RolledTide.com. Would love to see you here at this basketball team blowing out an ACC opponent. And only 4 minutes, 55 seconds away from improving to 9-0 on the season. Basketball with Alabama out of timeout. Top of the key, Collins to Weathers, turns around to Austin, right side 3, off the mark, and the rebound chased after by Clemson, out of play along the Crimson Tide sideline. On the left side, 4:40 still to play, Alabama up 63-43. Carly Weathers from left sideline inbounds to Ace Austin, left front court. Here's Austin, top of the key to Collins. Collins bounce pass to Weathers. Weathers, left side lane. Spinning around. Clemson trying to jar the ball loose. Double team. Carly's still trying to get rid of it, but it's stolen by Johnson Matthews. Over the timeline, Clemson ball trailing by 20. Perriman left wing, top of the key to Johnson Matthews. On the right side, she passes to Morgan Lee in for the first time today, and then to Cone, back to Jackson. Shot clock down to 12. Jackson, bounce pass to Cone, then her pass intercepted. Carly Weathers with a takeaway. Fast break chance. Weathers, free throw line on the right side. Austin, top of the key. Cody loads up a three. Bullseye. 66-43 Alabama. Essence Cody with her second three-pointer of the game. 19 points for Essence Cody. Timeout taken after that with 3:51 remaining. 66-43 Alabama. Crimson Tide calling this 32nd timeout as Clemson has not scored in the last 2.5 minutes. Impressive performance all the way around for Alabama. Picked up a Power 4 win last week against Minnesota in a very tightly contested, really low-scoring game. Alabama won 63-58 in the game where really the defense more than anything shined versus the offense. Today, even though Alabama's only scored 66 points in this game, still shooting the ball remarkably well. 46% from the floor, 39% from three-point land, 7 of 18. 18 points off turnovers, really key in this one as well. And then Alabama outscoring Clemson 28-14, doubling up the Tigers in the paint. It's been a good game. Really good game for Alabama. One to build on towards the rest of non-conference play. Morgan Lee at the top of the key, a handoff to Jackson. Jackson swivels down the right side lane, turns it back to Johnson Matthews. Head fake by her, driving in, right side layup, no. And the rebound, Timmons. Basketball going to the Crimson Tide. Jessica Timmons over the timeline left. Timmons at the top of the key, free throw line to Cody left side. Cody left side layup, good, and one. 68-43 Alabama. 3:22 to go here in the fourth quarter. Love seeing that for Essence Cody. She is showing off everything in her game today. 21 points, 5 rebounds, scoring inside, outside. This game has belonged to Essence Cody. So go to the line for an and one. Timmons goes out for the Crimson Tide. Lourdes da Silva Costa checking in. And one opportunity for Cody. Leaves it short, rebound Lee. Basketball with Clemson. Jackson over the timeline to Harris. Harris against Collins. Reverse layup right side is good. 68-45 the score with that basket. 3:09 to go. Alabama ball with Ace Austin over the timeline right. Top of the key to Collins. Spins it to Weathers. Back to Collins, top of the key. Over to Austin on the right wing. Top of the key, back to Collins. Dribble to the right, backs up a few steps. Out to Carly Weathers, left wing. Now left side lane to Costa. Costa out to Austin. 5 of the shot clock. Ace attacks the paint, puts it up, leaves it short, and the rebound by Perriman. Perriman gets the Tigers moving after the defensive rebound. Cone, long range three is up, no good, and the rebound goes out of play. Last touch by Alabama. So it will be Clemson ball. Naomi Jones, Mayata Jennings, and Eris Lester checking in for her first minutes of the ball game. Lester in to replace Cody, Weathers, as well as Dinah Collins. 3 starters go out for the Crimson Tide. No starters currently on the floor for Alabama as the inbounds pass comes in the lead. Top of the key, then to Harris. Harris against Lester driving right side. Layup up, no good, and a foul called on Alabama. Foul called against Eris Lester. And that will send Harris to the free throw line. Former teammates, Eris Lester, Holland Harris, Maya Jackson, all at Montverde Academy. Here's Harris. First one, in and out, no good. 2:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Alabama 68, Clemson 45. One more, Harris. Yes. 68-46 on that basket. Basketball, the Crimson Tide. Jennings Right side of the lane, to the left side of the lane, right to the basket, layup good. Wyatt Jennings, 70-46 with that score. Jennings scoring for the first time in her Crimson Tide career. Transfer from Baylor. Lee, right of center to the top of the key. Jackson, 2 minutes to go in this game. Jackson back to the top of the key. Cone to Lee in the paint against Jones. Lee spins, right side layup, kicks out no good. Naomi Jones, tallest player, gets the rebound. Basketball to Crimson Tide. Austin over the timeline left. Austin in the left corner, Jennings. Jennings under the basket, kicks it out to Lester, right corner. Lester attacks from the right side. Her shot blocked out of play by Lee. Still Crimson Tide ball with 13 seconds on the shot clock. Minute 38 to go in this game. Alabama 70, Clemson 46. So Alabama will have a clean sweep in the ACC-SEC Challenge in men's and women's basketball against the same school in the same building, Clemson at Coleman Coliseum. Jennings, free throw line, bounce pass to Jones. Jones, left block, left-handed hook shot, no good, and the rebound by Cone right under the basket. Clemson ball. Minute 27 to play here in Tuscaloosa. Jackson to Lee. Top of the key, back to Jackson. Dancing around, now scurrying down the left side of the lane, kicks it out in the corner. Here comes a three by Perriman, in and out. Harris, the rebound, right block, goes up for his shot. Tipped out of play by Jennings. It'll still be Clemson ball with 17 on the shot clock. 1 minute, 11 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. Alabama 70, Clemson 46. Cone inbounds the basketball to Jackson, right wing. Jackson top of the key with a left-handed dribble. Watches the action down low as she dribbles to the right. Hands off to Lee. 5 on the shot clock with Harris. Harris feeling the pressure and a reach-in foul called on Wyatt Jennings going for the steal. First foul on the native of New Zealand. 58 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Alabama 70 and Clemson 46. Inbounds pass comes into Jackson. Jackson to Lee, all the way to an open Perriman left corner. 10 on the shot clock. She drives to the free throw line. To Lee, top of the key. Her high three is in and out, no good. Rebound, Ace Austin. Fourth rebound for Ace tonight. The freshman looks to the sideline for instruction. Dribbles over the timeline with Alabama in control of the possession. 13-second differential in between the game clock and shot clock. Austin, bounce past Jennings. Jennings, free throw line. Jennings. Left side lane, another one up and in from the left side. Wyatt Jennings, 72-46, Alabama. 26-point lead, matching the largest lead Alabama's enjoyed today. Final 15 seconds here in Tuscaloosa. Lee to Perriman, top of the key to Cone, 10 seconds to go. Cone, guarded by Costa to Perriman, driving, left side layup good. 72-48. Alabama with the basketball. Ace Austin. Final seconds will tick down in Coleman Coliseum. And in both men's and women's basketball, it's a clean sweep for Alabama against Clemson in the ACC-SEC Challenge. Tonight's final score in women's basketball, it's Alabama 72 and Clemson 48. It's a great week to hear Rammer Jammer, and we can celebrate this one. Alabama 72, Clemson 48, the final score. Regions postgame show comes your way next. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Falling tonight for Alabama as the Crimson Tide pick up the win 72-48 over Clemson here in Tuscaloosa. Roger Hoover, glad to welcome you to the Regions postgame show as we're joined by the head coach of the Crimson Tide, Christy Curry, and Coach Roll Tide, your basketball team 9-0, an impressive win against Clemson. What made it happen in this one?
Yeah, just, I thought we did a really nice job of defending. Really made it hard. Found their shooters and did a nice job of rebounding the basketball. Just really proud of our team's defensive effort. We hadn't given up those 2 threes in transition. We'd really, but in the first half, I think had them at 14 at the half. To hold anybody to 20 points at the half is pretty impressive. So when you can defend and rebound, good things can happen. We get our transition game going, but I thought we dominated the paint. Really did a nice job of getting some looks at the rim, whether it was through our post or playing through our perimeter. Game
like this really show what Essence Cody could do. We heard the highlight of her knocking down a three-pointer, but just all over the place. She was locked in for you tonight.
Yeah, I thought she and Naomi were outstanding. Collectively they did a really nice job of spelling each other. I thought we were able to keep them fresh and got to their spots with a lot of energy. Just really proud of our team. This is a big win for us. I think at the end of the day, we wanted to represent the SEC. Just excited to be at home. I want to thank everybody that came out on a really yucky weather night. It's so yucky outside, and man, what a great crowd. Thank you to everybody that came out because you really were inspiring to us.
It was a lot of fun for these fans. Like you mentioned, held Clemson only 20 points in the first half. You're up 29-20, and then how about the response of this group in the third quarter, outscoring the Tigers 26-14?
Yeah, just a great job of taking control. We really wanted to come out and set the tone in the first 5 minutes. I thought it started on the defensive end. Essence, anytime she can knock down one of those threes, it'll blow things open a little bit too. I just thought we did a nice job with our shot selection to start the third.
Yeah, it was great to see. And then again, just contributions really from everybody on this roster. You look at the game, Tamia Scott had some key early shots for her. Ace Austin gets a lot of rebounds for you. It just feels like everybody kind of found their moment tonight.
Yeah, it was just great energy from everybody on the roster. Really nice job. Just really proud of our team. This is a big win. This is one of those marquee wins that come March, and the Harvard and Minnesota wins were huge, and it's just I'm so pleased with who we're trying to be. But I'm gonna tell you, we'll enjoy this till midnight, and then Sunday's one of those games where they played Mississippi State really close, beat Louisiana Tech, and I know our men are going to play before us. What a great day of basketball after we win the football SEC championship, and we just. I just will enjoy this till midnight, but I'm concerned about the press, and so we've got to do a really good job on Sunday. Just try to get the next one. You know how we are as coaches. Can't enjoy one too long where we're worried about the next one.
Absolutely. So, again, working on guarding against the press, making sure you can take care of the basketball will be key against ULM.
Yeah, it really will be. And tonight, to take care of the basketball, only have 6 turnovers. Man, that's outstanding. We'll take that any night.
We certainly will. Well, Coach, you laid out a great plan for the weekend. Let's win in football, win in men's and women's basketball on Sunday. That's a great weekend. Roll Tide.
Sounds like a game plan. Roll Tide.
Our thanks to head coach Christy Curry for joining us. She is presented by Ford. Great things are possible when you have the power, the performance, and smart features of a Ford F-150. Proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Greatness starts here at your local Ford dealer. Back to wrap things up from Coleman Coliseum next. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Alabama with 21 points in this game, hit 2 3-pointers. 5 rebounds, 2 assists as well, as she led the way with 21 points in scoring. 19 points for Jessica Timmons. Other tied scorers included Tamia Scott with 9 points, 8 points courtesy of Diana Collins, 4 points by Awayatsa Jennings late in the ball game, and then 2 points by Ace Austin in this game. Naomi Jones didn't score, but what she did do, rebounds. 7 rebounds in this contest, helping Alabama to a dominant win against Clemson, 72-48. With the win, the Crimson Tide improved to 9-0 on the season. The Tigers dropped to 5-3. As we talked about with Coach Curry, next up, home on Sunday at 4 p.m. against ULM. Our radio coverage will start at 3:45. Don't forget the men's team is playing at 1 o'clock against UTSA in this building, so it should be a great doubleheader and hopefully cap a great weekend of Crimson Tide athletics, and that will be the next time we're with you for basketball. We'll be with you starting at noon Central for football on Saturday, the SEC Championship game in Atlanta between the Crimson Tide and the Georgia Bulldogs. Certainly hope you can join us for that broadcast. That's going to do it for the Regions postgame show. Get your University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today. Vice President and General Manager of the Crimson Tide Sports Network is Jim Carabin. Our game was produced back at our Learfield studios by Jerry Kelly, and the Courtside cam presented by NASCAR, produced by Ethan Carabin. For everybody with the University of Alabama women's basketball program and the Crimson Tide Sports Network, I'm Roger Hoover saying thank you for listening to Alabama basketball. Once again, the final score, Alabama 72 and Clemson 48. From the capstone, good night and roll Tide.